Hello everybody and welcome back to the VTuber News. I hope you guys enjoy what I have in store for you. Let's get right into it. A reminder, after all the things that has happened, all the things, the good graduations in the sense of, people actually getting out when they want to instead of being terminated, that Nijisanji tried to crush another one of their livers. I'm not going to try to be too annoying. Vivi is a sweetheart, and Nijisanji once again tried to destroy another talented streamer. I will agree with that. The sadness that she felt, of course, having mentioned this, do not go into her chat, please. It's annoying for the streamer. You will get banned. You will get muted. You will get removed from the streamer themselves. Do not go in there and be like, I'm so glad that you're leaving. I'm so glad you're leaving the Black Company. I will follow you where you go. That type of stuff. Enjoy them as Vivi for the time that they're. It is annoying for streamers to have to deal with this. People like, for example, Tsukumo-sana, who is now Nami and will be Nami in name only from now on. If you go into their stream and name Sana or I'm glad you're back, Big Sana or anything like that, you will get banned. She has banned people and blocked and silenced people because of that. So don't go and do that. Poor girl isn't sure she wants to continue content creation, but hopefully thinks sunny and hopefully all of us supporting her. She'll be returning a previous persona, Mogu Ghost, of course, support them. Consider following them on YouTube and on Twitch. Vivi currently has 109k subs. It'll be something crazy, awesome if you get her to 100k. I think because of the boom that is going to be happening, like a lot of the buffs that they get after they leave, I think this will happen. But Nijisanji has destroyed too many. It has destroyed Kunai's desire to do things a lot of times because she felt she didn't deserve all that kind of stuff. It has destroyed other people who've been there for a super long time, who now are creating, like Yuki Chihiro and others, who are creating new ideas. On Shannon, who used to be, an Nijisanji ID person. They're doing much better outside of Nijisanji. Then you had, of course, Matara-kan, who was, Nina. You had Mista. You had Mika Melatika. You had all these other people. Everyone who's left has always said they felt like they were unmarketable. They felt like they couldn't do anything outside of the company. And that shows you how bad the company is. Crushing their talents is how Niji stays in business. They need their talents to be afraid that leaving Niji will mean the end of their streaming careers. Otherwise, they ditch as soon as they realized they were agreeing to an S conditions and not getting anything out of it. Very true, terribly sad, but true. That's more than likely why they keep their play buttons too. Owning a trophy gives you a sense of accomplishment. It's honestly greatly irritating to hear the poor girl cry on stream. Says she was a failure. I do hope she makes a return to streaming. That really ticked me off. That got me so angry. I think on the part that I originally did, I went on a whole rant for like a good 2-3 minutes on how much I disliked the fact that happened. That really got my gears because like she should not have ever felt like a failure, especially not in an agency that should be helping. And as we know with Kiryu, who used to be Hex, they do not help you out. They're just like, you deal with your own shit. You deal with it yourself. It's your responsibility, not ours. You as a company should not be that way. You should not be that way. Do what Hololive does, or FaZe Connect does, or Idol does now that they're a better company, or a plethora of other areas, other people, other agencies, big and small, who try to help their VTubers as much as possible when they can. Don't be like Nijisanji. The video I'm about to show you is 13 minutes long, but I do want to cut it up to a part where she talks about what is important here. She talks about things like she doesn't understand how to deal with all the money that she has right now. She hasn't had money like this in the past. She's worked for jewelry makers and things like that. Hasn't really made a lot of money. The fact that concerts can cost up to 100k and she has no idea about that kind of stuff is kind of crazy. So she talks about this kind of stuff here. And of course, no one is really surprised, but let's get to where she talks about what we want to hear about.
I know some people are like, Michi, haha, aware. Sure, 7 months. Yes, only 7 months. Why I say this? Because hypothetically, the past other couple of years, the only thing I learned is algorithm, numbers, and how to stand out in an overcrowded market. That's it. I learned nothing else because everything else was kept hidden from me. Like, do I know my merch analytics? No, because I don't get that. Do I learn my sponsor analytics? No, because I don't get that. Do I know any other analytics? No, unless the one I can access on my account, which some months is hard, okay? Because best way I can say it, let's say you're earning in dollars, but the money that you receive is in IDR, right? Which is my local currency, Right now, this is what I really like about, that's what I'm saying, this is my first time really understanding it. Every month, Twitch gives a payout, and the payout is directly to me, right? So I will get here's a payout from twitch.company, So it's directly transferred to me. But once upon a time in a dream, that's not how it works. You get money, not in IDR, and then it goes to another account, and that account will calculate for you in that same currency, and then they send it to you, plus minus, by the way. It's never at a fixed date. They send it to fixed date, but it's never a fixed date. It's always like a plus minus. They might be late by I don't know. I think the best is they're on time. The worst I've gotten was a month. So sometimes they're late. And then what they do is they take it, they send the money to you according to the conversion rate of that day that they are sending it to you. So like, if the conversion is shit, yeah, you get less than what you thought it was. You know what I mean? Like, if let's say today $100 is like 1.5 million IDR, but if they choose to transfer it when it's low, then you only get like 1.2 million IDR, which doesn't sound like much, but that is a lot. Okay, so like I don't know how much. Sometimes I'm like, hey, I calculated myself, and this is not what I'm supposed to be earning. And they're like, yes, it is. And then it's like the conversion rate. And I'm like, oh, okay, fair. So it's like gamba, basically. You're like double gambling. You don't really know where to aim and shit. So that is the
So that is messed up. That is the nitty-gritty of how she was back then. They don't tell you your analytics. They don't let you see your merch analytics. They don't let you see your sponsor analytics. They don't let you see how much you're making. You get that money sent to a random account, an account that they set up, and they wait until the money is worth less, and that's when they send it to you, when they convert it into whatever your specific currency is. I am sure that ID has had that issue, all of ID. I'm sure that EN has that issue as well, although the US dollar has stayed strong for a very long time compared to the yen. But I'm sure that even Korea, when they were there, they probably had that issue. This is just messed up. Like, that's why it's hard for some people to enjoy or want to be in an organization. You have good organizations like HoloLive, Face Connect, Idol, those type of ones that at the very least, from what I understand, they pay their talents on time and they pay their talents what they deserve. Now, if they don't, and we find that out later, then that's different. This is horrible. As a VTuber, I would be livid to see this happen to myself or a friend or anyone I knew, because you are getting shafted. That's just the easiest way to say it. And she didn't know, of course, because she's never been a part of a large organization like that, like a huge organization like Nijisanji and Any Color. She's never had to have that whole, things being converted into Indonesian money. She hasn't had any of that kind of stuff. Now with Twitch, it gets converted, but it's a direct conversion. It's okay, here's your Twitch payday. That's every single time once you pass a certain amount. There it is. At that time, that's the money that gets sent to you. And there you go. Like, your bank will convert it or whatever it is. It'll be that conversion of the day, of course, but it won't be a month down the line. It won't be 2 months down the line. It'll be exactly then. And you get to see your analytics. She is in control of every single one of her channels, whether it be YouTube or Twitch. She's able to see all of her analytics. This is BS. This I'm calling out because this should not happen. And this is still happening to people who are now in the quote-unquote JP side, but they're still Indonesian. And this is still happening probably to EN and anyone else who has no idea what the heck it's actually supposed to be happening. Because, hey, it's like, you lose a little bit here, you lose a little bit there when it comes to big people like Luxium. But when it comes to a small person, like if it was me making the money that I do now, 10, 20 bucks is the difference between being able to make rent and not being able to make rent. Quite literally, it's being able to feed yourself or not feed yourself. That is how short things can be and how messed up this is. Just giving you an idea. This is really messed up. Welcome everybody to another meme moment, this time brought to you by the wonderful Saya Synchronicity. Let's see what it has to say.
Careful where you guys try to stick your sticks. If you miss, this could happen to you. So just make sure, guys, if you're trying to stick something up your butt, make sure you get the right hole, because if you miss, then these things could happen. Yeah, this is a PSA for anybody, just in case. Don't miss. You will, if you hit the wrong thing, you may die.
That's an interesting one. And I hate that it's so small, but it is just the player here. I can't get it any bigger. I apologize for that. But yeah, it's a little bit of meme moment from there. Hag wisdom manifests in many ways. Sometimes those ways involve butts. Very important for people to know about this, of course. Very, very important. This is going to be a section for Dokibird because there's two stories that are kind of short on the Dokibird front. One is that there's VTuber category that's going to be shoot my shot because life's about taking chances. The QT Cinderella nominations live now until November 4th for the Streamer Awards, the Fillion Streamer Awards, the big Streamer Awards, the ones that Selene, who Doki used to be, what she was in Nijisanji, won the Gamer of the Year, I believe, and VTuber of the Year. So, FPS Gamer of the Year and VTuber of the Year. As I expect Iron Mouse to win the VTuber award because she's been popping off this year, it'd be an amazing middle finger to Kurosanji if Dokibird won. Or, one FPS VTuber or one something out there. Or, best indie or something like that, like that. I think Mouse would be more than okay with another VTuber winning the award this year. We all know how hard Mouse works and all, but I feel like once it is enough, better give others a chance too. And Mouse supports every single indie VTuber out. Mouse is always supportive of the VTuber community and the indie VTuber community. And a lot of people are voting her in. But here's the next part, the part 2. They already sold out all their VIP tickets. What are we talking about? The specific project that Dokibird has with Made Mint about the concert. The concert tickets are now out. We sold all the VIP packages within minutes, but normal tickets are free to purchase. You guys are not ready for our set list. So there's phantomthief.com, of course. It's the Oshi Spark part. They are having they're going to be going to Oshi Spark and having all their things done there. Do we expect anything less? Of course, she thought she was unmarketable. That's the thing. Remember, Dokibird said that she thought she was unmarketable when she first started out. And now she is the owner of her own company. She's doing her own merch. She has managers. She's going to sponsored conventions back to back to back to back. She's getting sponsorships in everything she does. She's getting, Height has sending PCs. iBuyPower sending PCs. They're making, Height is making a keycap set for her. All these things that she thought she was never able going to get, but she has it because of what she's done. It's all her, not anything having to do with it. We are covering some good news. There's a lot of drama out there on my channel as well. I will admit that, but I want to cover some good news. Made Mint thoughts on her re-debut. She says, I know it may not be so hyped for everyone, especially since it's not a new outfit and all, but the re-debut is really important to me. It's hard to put it into words, but it feels like some sort of big step for me personally. It's something I want to do for myself more than anything. I feel like it's really motivating for me, and finally, like, I'm back. A lot has changed in the years I've been gone, and while I still feel like me, I'm not entirely the same. But I didn't want to change so much that no one would recognize me. It's complicated. Of course, you want a new you, even if it's like just new rigging, it's a new body that you have as a VTuber. Even if it's like freshly rigged, like this rig that I have now is different than the original rig. It's changing some things out there. I'm still Salvi the Squirrel. I'm still a Squirrel. I still have most of my other defining features, but it feels different. It's new me. To my older fans and newer fans, I hope you like the change. Sorry for not speaking my mind well. Just like yapping might delete later. So it's like, oh man, so glad you're gonna be here and not do a Walmart job. As a European, what's wrong with Walmart? Well, as Europeans have actual protections with unions like Germany and other places like that. Over here in the US, not so much. I'm super excited for her. We wish her nothing but the best. I love her so much. She's amazing. Couldn't think of a better way for her to spend Halloween than with your Oshi you greatly admire so much. I get what she's saying. I mean, if you think about it, she wasn't sure she was coming back permanently before, and this is kind of solidifying that she's truly back. And of course, no one wants to change until until after they have a look back and see what they are different, and they're still the same at the core, of course. And you can still see how much better the change they've had when and before you couldn't. But yeah, it's so much better for her. So much better for the whole thing. And I think personally, I'm very happy to see this news, which is why I'm sharing it. This is something that I wanted you guys to see. It is a situation, as we know. I've covered this already. I've covered this when it first was announced, which was like earlier this month, about the Hosho Marine first solo concert and Ahoy You're All Pirates. Concert merchandise is available for order until 6 p.m. on November 11th at shop.hololive.pro. Here we go. This is the merch that's available. The acrylic stand is 3,300 yen. Tapestry is 3,300 yen. You have the acrylic panel here as well, 4,400 yen. Acrylic stand coaster for the made-to-order merch here. Motif keychains. It's made of PVC rubber charm, acrylic charms, all there. Here you go. It's a 2-day concert. Each day has a different theme, as you can tell. 2 different themes here. And they have the tapestries, $21. Acrylic stands, $21, etc. So that's always great to see. And with all of that stuff, not only am I talking about the merch, but I'm also talking about, this is the whole thing of the Marine thing, putting it all into one instead of putting it into 3 different parts. First solo concert, the guests for day 2 are Gen 3 members. This is the guest for day 2 is Gen 3, the remaining of Gen 3, because remember, Rushia is no longer there. She was a part of Gen 3, and now she's no longer there. And you have also the guest for day 1 and day 2, December 7th and 8th, 2024. At K Arena, Yokohama. The day 1 is going to be Fubuki, Mio, Kanata, Lami, and you have Noel and Korone. And day 2 is going to be Kobo, Fubuki again, Flare, Noel, and Pekora. So they're all going to be there, and they're all going to be a part of this wonderful thing. And lastly, here, we are going to have some extra stuff here. Appearance on Nippon Television Buzz Rhyme 02, the Exciting Studio Talk episode. The program website is here. It is a TV thing, from what I can tell. So it is something that's going to be, it's a radio. My mistake. It's a radio thing, radio program, which is going to be, of course, mainly shown in Japan. You can usually listen to the radio broadcast like as a podcast type of thing. So it's going to be there. They're doing the full-on blitz, ad blitz, everything for her concert, which is amazing. At Dotonbori River, Osaka Prefecture, the music video will be shown at LED Ad Cruise. Location, Dotonbori River, Ukiniwabashi to Ninonbashi. Flights will be canceled at the event of the rain. Please refrain from making inquiries about surrounding facilities. When viewing, please be considerate so as to not obstruct people passing by. So I guess it's going to be something in the air, something LED. It's going to be shown. It's going to be, yeah, since it says flights. I'm assuming they actually mean flights or maybe a boat. I'm not sure, but it's going to be shown on an LED screen. Maybe it might be a blimp type thing in LED screen. And it's going to be shown to everyone who can see it, which is an amazing thing for Marine and anybody, honestly, who is a part of any agency to have this happen. I covered recently on the 28th, in my late video on the 28th, my second video, about ERB Elizabeth Roseblood having a full, schedule and full timetable of what she's going to be doing. She's going to be doing watch-alongs, which she already did. Tuesday, Holo Mellow Radio, which is going to be it's already happened, probably by you've seen this. Blackbird release Wednesday. A tribute to the 60s Unarchived Thursday, a tribute to the 60s Unarchived Rebroadcast. What they mean by Thursday is, of course, these times here. This is the post specifically naming all this stuff here. And here is the actual close look at everything. So Monday, the 20th of October, Tuesday, the 29th of October is the Holo Mellow Radio, Mori. Blackbird release is on the 30th of October at 9 a.m. GMT. Is the worldwide release on Spotify, and 30th October midnight release on non-Spotify platform. Wednesday, the 30th, is going to be a tribute to the 60th. 31st is 60s rebroadcast. She does those rebroadcasts a lot. Thursday, the 31st of October, 3 a.m. PDT to fit different time zones. She's doing an A and B rebroadcast. Release After Party Rabbit on the 31st. Friday, 1st of November, Justice Halloween Investigation for VR chat. Saturday, 2nd of November, she's doing work. And the 3rd and 2nd of November, she's working, so she may not be streaming, may be doing a guerrilla stream, that type of thing. But the biggest wonderful part of this is that Blackbird. And yes, it is the Beatles Blackbird. It is amazing that HoloLive went for that HoloLive gave her a bit of a wish that she had, because, I'm sure that's something that she's always wanted to sing. She probably has sung that in her previous life or past life, whichever one that is. I'm not going to put it here. It's active in HoloLive. But now she gets to do it officially. And on Spotify, it's going to be there, which is not easy to have done. It can be done. It's been done before where artists can do covers and they can have it on streaming platforms. But for a VTuber agency, it's interesting to have this done, and I'm glad that she's part of an agency that cares. Now let's take a look at what people are saying. I like ERB, but with the amount of singing streams she does, I feel like I don't really know her very well, even 4 months into her career. I like a good karaoke as much as the next guy, and obviously her voice is sublime, but I do find it harder to connect with her than other girls when it takes up so much of her content real estate. I can understand that. She's taking a little bit more of a V-singer route in the beginning, a little bit. I think because, she loves singing so much. And of course, she does have just chatting. She does have moments where she's playing games, etc. I never see her, the person here says, I never see her streams recommended to me in YouTube or anything related to her. Meanwhile, I'm hammered with Cecida, Gigi, Raura, etc. She being ignored by HoloLive's promotion. I don't know if HoloLive has anything with that. She doesn't stream nearly as much as the others do. Good portion of them are on karaoke. So yeah, it's probably the algorithm, because the algorithm, remember, on YouTube is more of a watching algorithm. It recommends what most likely want to watch. And if you don't stream very much, the algorithm doesn't have much to recommend. ERB's dream is getting started, including the fact that she has many other activities planned this week. Don't miss the release of her watch-along, plus more to come from her for Justice onwards and upward. Of course, wonderful things for and Justice overall. Looking forward to everything, especially the Blackbird cover. I want to hear it. Probably gonna be playing it on repeat because I love the Beatles. I've loved the Beatles since I was a little kid. It's just I didn't grow up with them, but their albums and stuff like that, I could hear them afterwards, hear them on the radio and stuff like that. So it would be amazing to hear her rendition of it. And remember, when she does covers, she says she does her version of it. She doesn't do a one-to-one rendition of it. She makes her own flair. Cover and Holomems might be going to Bluesky. I already mentioned a while back that Mio went to Bluesky because of the art situation, the current art situation that's going on with Twitter and them getting, AI to do their stuff. So they're grabbing your stuff with AI. The Google translation is, it seems that HoloLive VTubers are starting to open accounts on Bluesky. If you use a handle that ends in the official HoloLive domain .hololive.tv, according to Bluesky system, it is genuine. Bluesky allows you to use the handle domain name as a clue to verify whether it's genuine or not. Reference: the official HoloLive streaming schedule site is .hololive.tv, so .hololive.tv is a domain owned by Cover, the company that operates HoloLive. .schedule.hololive.tv, and I'm guessing, this is just a guess on my part, anyone who is inappropriately using that will get removed from Bluesky because they will get reported by Cover, and of course, reported by fans, because you don't want impersonators. That's why you have the check marks and things like that on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it now. I mean, why not? The more socials they appear on, the more reach they can have. Plus, it doesn't hurt to get a head start in case Bluesky actually blows up. You never know what Elon will do to kneecap Twitter. Nena's had an account for a while until we see others. I'm not buying what the random says. Miyosha showed that she's Asa Mio in the past 30 minutes or so. I think she was just making it known ahead of time. She posted it on her Twitter as well, that she was going to be moving for the art reasons. People say she's saying post your art on Bluesky, you know, to make it safe for you guys. I believe it. It's in their best interest after all. With the new AI scraping happening on Twitter, some artists want nothing to do with it. So that's one of those things. And here is Takayuki Kusano, who's a just person, you know, who's mentioning all this kind of stuff. Currently active account is Okami Mio Hololive.tv, as I mentioned here, right here. Okami Mio has her official one here. And of course, she's posting stuff as Okami Mio here. She doesn't have very many followers because Bluesky is not as big as Twitter. But yeah, that would be great. But has Cover Hololive actually said anything like that? Don't know what Cover has said, but Mio mentioned her account creation in the last stream. So she did mention that creation. She has been in Bluesky for a bit. I covered it when she first started it, which was about a week or two ago. And, you know, she mentioned it on her Twitter itself, like I mentioned. So yeah, this is a person not affiliated with Hololive. This person's not affiliated with Hololive, but they're saying that, you know, more people are moving there. Just, you know, like this said, it just, you know, crossing your I's and dotting your T's. You know, I said it bad on purpose, and just making sure everything is correctly done. Oren-chan, a person I respect, a VTuber who a lot of people respect because they've actually been helping out with the 3D lives and things like that. So they've been helping out with people 3D lives, getting them cheaper stuff for 3D lives, and it's really interesting to see that she has her new form now. Finally, new outfit reveal. The theme of the costume is summer. I can change seasons at any time in the virtual world, so summer is coming again. Are you all ready? I have great announcements waiting for you, and it's going to be happening in 12 days. So this is her announcement of the outfit reveal. And of course, people are going to be like, wow, you know, looking forward to it. It looks like a summer fairy. She looks like she's going to be like a fairy. So that is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. And I'm glad that they are going to be going through this. I'm glad that they're going to be creating something like this because Oren deserves all the love in the world. And they deserve the best because like they went through a lot, as you already know, the history of them. They went through in January 1st, through the earthquake that happened in Japan. They went through that. Their house got pretty much wrecked. It didn't fully like get destroyed, but it had to have a lot of repairs done to it. It was unlivable for a bit. They went through that. Recently, they broke their foot in an auto accident, as in maybe they were hit, etc. It wasn't their fault, but you know, accidents happen. So there's a lot of things that have been happening recently. They deserve something good, and they deserve something absolutely beneficial to themselves and for their community. More positive news to try to balance out the negative news that does happen occasionally in this, you know, the channel and other places. I want to, you know, give some good positive news out there as well. And this is about PiaPi, or PiaPi UFO, Alien Slime VTuber. They have a big announcement. They put it out on Twitch. She's not pregnant. She's not a pregnant or pregante. Big black letters on white background. Let's make it a good thing. Of course, changing things to go. And here we go. Here's another thing she put out here, down here. This is the big announcement. 8 years ago, I was told to give up performing. 4 years ago, I debuted and recaptured that dream. 2 years ago, I injured my throat, but with my community support, I worked hard and recovered. Today, I'm living my dream of performing on a big stage as an idol, opening for my favorite Oshis of all time, reaching a once impossible dream and indescribable, and I couldn't have done it without your love and support. I'm gonna shine on that stage just for you, so watch closely. Just the first step on a long journey. I'll make you proud, Pickles. Thank you, million times. Thank you. So the Phantom Revenge, the actual Mint Phantom and Dokibird concert, PiaPi UFO is going to be a special guest. It has been announced that they are going to be a special guest with Oshi Spark bringing this about. This is huge news for anybody who is a fan of Pia or a fan of Dokibird, etc., or a fan even of any independent VTuber who's out there. Any VTuber who's out there who's tried their best to make it out in the world and finally get something like this and something out there and something good. And it's just, I love it. That's why I want to put this out here, because it's a very special time, a very, very, very special thing. And of course, Oshi Spark says a good heist needs a lot of helping hands to go smoothly. But why are these so slimy? Brady Alien PiaPi UFO joins the crew as our first special guest for the concert. And of course, big, huge congratulations to her. And I'm so very glad to say this, and I'm so very glad to put this on here. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers, VTubers of all sizes, shapes, and forms, in order to benefit the VTuber community as a whole, to make this place a lot better than how I left it and how I started in it. Instead of doing competition, I want to pay it forward and show the love to as many people as I possibly can. Today we're talking about Aka-AkoVT, a VTuber who is a friendly harpy that wouldn't eat any of her morsels yet, of course. Here we go. It's a little burb. It's a burb. Love the burbs. They had a stream 5 days ago. Lockdown Protocol, which is a new one. Kind of, it is a bit of mix of Lethal Company, I think, and Among Us in the way, you know, you're trying to figure out different things. It is very much a collaborative game, but let's take a look at their about section. Bird, pixel artist, VTuber, VTuber, friendly heartbeat that wouldn't eat any of their deer. More, and of course the video section here of their most recent year that they've done. Let's take a look at some of the things they did.
Oh yeah. There we go. So it's just another package to deliver. Hold on. Oh. What other pack? Oh, now it's done. That's why I couldn't find the package. Hello. What?
Hi.
Oh.
Well, that happened. There you go. That's one of those things. You can never really tell who is going to be the one who's going to hurt you. You can never really tell who's going to be the one who's going to be doing that kind of crazy stuff. So there you go. That's a little bit of their thing. And of course, whenever it's available, I will have the YouTube here as well. And everything's going to be in the description as well. Let's take a look at them here. They are, of course, either multi-streaming or at the very least, no, they don't multi-stream. They actually post their VODs on here, which is a good place to have a repository for everything you do. Because Twitch has different amounts of time that they'll keep it, but they won't keep it for the full amount. Not all the time. So it is, you know, up to you if you actually are able to get it and see it and all that kind of stuff. So it's better to switch it over to YouTube when you can to put VODs. Thank you so much for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I hope that this helps you at least get some more eyes on your channel. And, you know, of course, as always, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.